It's 11:04 EST, time for Mike and me. Mike, how you doing? Market giveth, market taketh away, market giveth, market's really taking it away. I just wanted to, something that we don't cover a lot, but what's been the strongest market in the world?
Probably grains.
No, strongest stock market in the world.
Oh, Japan.
Okay, there you go. So there's a Nikkei up there.
I wasn't looking at. Oh,
all
I didn't know
so,
this was Japan. Thank God I got it right.
You got it right, and it's been really powerful. I mean, hugely powerful. It's outperformed everything by a mile, but it's rolling over too. We have a double top. So, when the strength rolls over, what happens to things that are already heavy? They get heavier. So I don't think this is a great sign. Then if you're looking at Europe for a leaf, you're not going to get it. In fact, there's a breakdown in the DAX. I had that line, horizontal line drawn for a long time. That looks pretty ugly. Would have to get back above this level to stabilize. Okay, and VIX is trying to break out at 18. They may be able to turn it back. There's a little 3 drive happening intraday, but I wouldn't short it. If we do start getting closes above here, I'm looking for 26. I think that we might get some dollar relief in the next few days, and I'm also looking at something pretty contrarian. I think we're getting close to a peak in yields.
That's fair.
Okay, so here we are on the 10-year. It's done nothing wrong yet. The long end of the market still looks, like it's crashing. So, for a while I've said we have to take out the October low like the 10-year already did. So it's taken more time for the 20-year ETF to take it out. And just to keep, I heard someone was asking about silver in our room yesterday, Mike, and I've been
that was Ham. He's pretty good at the silver.
Okay, I was negative up here.
Still, yeah.
And then I said over the last few days that this looks like a bear flag that we're breaking down out of. And if you measure the move from here to here and tack it onto the breakdown, gives you about 2060, which is a number I've been looking for a while. I still think we'll see a 20 handle. And if you're, prefer gold, still looking for 1800 in gold. So you're not missing anything there. The miners are starting to act a little better. What I'd like to see near the end of this is gold getting hammered and the miners higher on the day. That's going to be a nice market tell. So anyway,
the gold getting hammered and miners staying south.
Yeah, that the opposite of what it's been for the last month or so. So I want to get to some of your stuff here, Mike. I want to ask you if you're still short Freeport.
No, I'm not. That would be me averaging into a winner. Actually, it took it off very well. It's right around here.
Yeah. So copper still looks heavy to me, but here's Freeport doing nothing right. The breakaway gap is still there. Maybe it tries to fill the gap. It looks lower. So does the copper ETF.
Coach,
it's pretty heavy too.
What do you think about the Deer chart, which looks somewhat like FCX, at least lately?
Oh yeah, it looks ugly.
Same. Your opinion would be same to a degree, the same, if you will.
Yeah. This is this pretty negative action. This failing rally. Let me just show you something that tells me, and everyone's saying this is just a garden variety correction. It's healthy for the market. And I do believe, I've been talking 4,200 for a while. We're only 95 handles away from this 4,200 level.
Whoa. What has been, you've been adding, you threw some more spaghetti in the pot there. What are the other things in the bottom?
Oh, this, I was demoing my spaghetti indicator to somebody. And I was just giving them a demo.
Yeah.
That's a demo.
I hope that's a freaking lasagna noodle, because we're going a lot lower than that.
And, you know, I just wanted to talk about this,
Sure.
which I didn't have a lot of company on. When Amazon topped,
It was the last to
made
go.
its,
That's why.
yeah, that's what, you know, made a new 52-week high. But you know what? This kind of action is not corrective action to me. I mean, to me, it's more of a shift of trend because it's so violent with
Right.
gaps. And I mean, in a week, you've lost 13%.
It's incredible.
I bought 120 strikes and I thought that was a long way away up here. And we're like a day or two away from the 120 strike. I think, you know, 110, 105 is pretty doable. And then, you know, for guys that follow the indexes, you actually have a trend break on NASDAQ.
I
Look at
got
this
out of that.
trend.
I thought that was natural gas. I'm sorry.
Look at that. That's the NASDAQ 100 chart with the low going all the way back to the beginning of the year. So, and this is the throwover line back here at 14.2. So, we'll see. I know the bulls are going to come in, Mike. I think 4,200 is a logical place. You
I'm
know,
front running them. I think that's too
okay,
obvious.
okay. I actually think that I have a theme now, and then I want to hear what smart money is doing, which means
Yeah,
you
true. That's
and the
most important.
sweeps. But I'm looking for just above the March levels in S&Ps, maybe 3,900. So if I take this theme of March levels to other outside markets, March in silver was here, $20. March in gold, same type of thing, you know, 1,800. In the Dixie in March, we were up here. We're attacking those March levels. We're above them. If you go the miners, some of the miners have taken them out, but basically I'm looking for a return of most markets to where they were in March, including stock indexes, which 3,900, I think is going to be where it's going to be real important for the bulls to make a stand. So after 42, I'm looking for 39. And that's about all I have for everyone today.
It's quality, not quantity, coach. I mean, that's all. I mean, those are when the markets get like this, the levels should be cleaner.
Yeah, I mean, is this a bull market? Look at Microsoft. It's
No,
going for the gap.
You know, you could call it what it is. It could be a thoroughbred market. You know, I don't. That's. I understand that people want to put a label on something when the VIX is approaching 18. You know what I mean? It's you know, I don't even know where the market finishes. There's some truth in that.
Yeah, Nvidia is trying to hold this 400 level.
SMCI is too, but you know what? Going back, yeah, whatever.
Yeah. Anyway, I'm just saying under 400. What was this high? 5. It measures 3, and look at what's at 3. A gap
Absolutely.
fill.
No.
A gap fill.
Not only that, there literally can't be another price estimate raise. Everybody's at 500, 600, 700 for there. It needs a major listen. It needs a major catalyst. It needs a major catalyst.
You think we're going to have a shutdown next week?
I don't know. And you know what? And by the way, I don't want to be the act. You know,
trading on it.
No, I don't want to say like, oh, I don't care what. Do I do know what's going on. Okay. Yeah, I would say yes. I would say yes.
Okay. You know, I think the biggest surprise for the market over the next 3, 4, 5 months is I think yields are going to peak and come down, which people will at first interpret, and the market, as being risk on. But the reason they're going to come down is because of a growth scare that I think is going to be kicked off by the NFP a week from Friday.
That's incredible. That short, that quick. Wow. Okay.
Yeah. So
by the way, I'm not to say it's right. I've also heard that, and I hear a lot of noise, but that I also heard wasn't noise either. Not saying I've heard that.
All right. Well, Mike, about 4 months ago, we were talking about the market being wrong-footed, looking for lower rates, right? I mean, this rise in yields caught most people by surprise. Everyone was looking for a pause. And no one thought we'd take out last October's high of 430. Now everyone has bought into it. Higher for longer. Okay. No recession. So rates are going to just keep climbing to 5%. I think there's a shakeout coming and a pretty good drop in yields between now and year end. Just my take.
No, like, Coach, listen, first of all, it looks that way so far. I wouldn't argue with it. Yeah. It's a high level.
But that may not be bullish for the market. Okay, that's what I'm saying. Even a drop in yields may just be people getting defensive. May be bullish for bonds, but maybe not for stocks. It's a possibility. And everyone would think it'd be real bearish for the dollar, but yields could drop here and drop in Europe too, even faster than here. So the dollar could still hold its edge. I'm still looking for 108 in the dollar. We're almost there. We're at 106.
No, the last move, it's going to be violent. If that's the case,
yeah.
Don't you think the last move, as we say, is going to be the worst? I mean, it's going to be violent. No.
Yeah. We're getting. Yeah. I think we're getting close to reactions, and I'm also trying to top pick the yen. We'll see what happens with that. So scaling in up to 150.
Up to where? 150?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. That's sexy.
Okay. So tell me what you're seeing and what the option sweep people are, voting for with their wallet.
Voting, you know what? That's putting the money where their mouth is. Correct.
Yeah.
You want to share
voting with their wallet. There you go.
All right, what are they?
I feel like I talk too much.
No, that was that would. Okay, wise guys. All right, let's start. It's 11:15, if you will. Okay. All right. First of all, let me point out a couple of things from yesterday's video. That there weren't a lot of sweeps, but I want to point out the sweeps that are working from yesterday. Here we have the charts. CNK, Coach, if you remember, pointed that about 19 times. That buying CNK calls, and by the way, the stock's acting well. I'm in that.
Looks good.
Okay, and they're still going to whatever they can get. They're getting to CNK.
It always amazes me, Mike. I could be looking at the most bearish action. I just showed the Nikkei and the DAX and Amazon, and with your methodology, I'm looking at charts that there's no way I would short. Well, it's amazing how you find these.
Well, listen, if you want, I appreciate that.
I mean, to find longs in a pretty
Coach,
red tape.
Listen, I'm mixed. There's always a problem with this. There's always a problem. The futures open up 20 handle, 200 handles.
Yeah.
There's going to be it's anyway. All right. So another one acting very well. And I compared Williams-Sonoma yesterday of the retailers. Wow. As you can look at every other retailer down here, anyone you want, Macy's.
They're all in the toilet.
Jwin, right? Kohl's, anyone you want. And I pointed out a similar stock was in the ags. Here's Moss.
That looked
Here's
good.
ADM, which by the way might be pulling a doji, but I'm not in. But it was CF. CF is the one that I pointed out several times. That still something's up there.
We were on the air on that pullback at 72 and said that's probably the low.
Our guest gave us it at 64.
Hugh Henry at the lows.
And by the way, this is the weekly on by the way, I can be looking at all the things to edify my statement, but by the way, this is the epitome of relative strength at the moment.
And it's amazing because the grains haven't been doing much. They haven't really been in rally mode.
They're not doing it. Matter of fact, they're basically
they're still trying to base wheat, corn, and beans. Beans don't look great.
Something's up.
Wheat's trying to make a bottom, and these ag stocks. It must be
weekly. Look at the weekly. Oh my lord!
Must be their meat. Must be the meat business or the softs like sugar and.
Sugar
certainly isn't. It is. If grains ever kick in, this thing's going to be a monster.
No, it already is a monster.
In. All right, it's already a monster.
But by the way, listen,
it is almost Halloween, man.
What does that mean?
You know, it's monsters on Halloween.
I'm a recovering gummy bear addict. It's a bad time of year.
Hey, do you remember a commercial on CNBC where this guy, you know, it was a takeoff on the Gong Show, where this guy wore a paper bag over his face, and you know, he had the eyes cut out and stuff.
Yeah,
And he had a bank of phones in front of him. He was a commodity broker.
Yeah.
Right. He was the unknown broker. And the phones would keep ringing. He'd go, sounds good. Let's do it. Sounds good. Let's do it. I like it too. Let's do it. So anyway, that's what I was thinking of being for Halloween this year.
I like when the guy
The
orders
unknown
at the restaurant and he goes, I'll have the steak from Oregon, but I can't have the potatoes from Idaho. But it's too concentrated in one area. So I have to hedge. So I'll take the potatoes from Virginia. And he says, I can't take the shrimp from Florida because it's too hot down there. They're forecasting so he takes it from. That was funny. Anyway, D-Dog's taking some flow. All right, let's look at 10:30, an hour ago. Heavy first option flow. Wish, guess, short squeeze, VFC, CF, the only one with real credence. VFC, I sold that in the fund at 20, thank God. Like another retailer, they're trying to squeeze the retailers, I guess, a little bit. Whatever, it's not going to happen. At least not in a. At least
that's kind of bullish looking right there.
A little bit. I'm in a couple of them. What am I in? I'm in a couple.
I mean,
of them.
You know, worth a shot. It's, you know, all it would take is one good day.
All right, so let's go to Wiseguy, and we'll finish with a couple of other macro charts. Tesla lines, GLD bearish, October, nothing. CCL on this week. There's crude getting toppy at the moment, maybe just like the, you know, I don't know. You know what I mean? At this point in these type of moves, also in the bond market across the board.
Is that DeMark stuff? That's DeMark. He has those numbers on the chart are DeMark numbers,
yes,
I think.
Of course. No, it is. Anti-VIX buy territory. The VIX is coming down a little bit as well. That was an hour ago. So let's see what VIX holding up. Put call ratios in the middle. I wouldn't be expecting anything, you know, anything major to be happening. Update a little while ago. Action died down. Few names seeing light activity, just like D-Dog. VIX yields dollar remain firm. That's it. These doesn't even bring up, you know, the futures or the ES. It's all about the VIX yields in the dollar. Short-term sentiment remains squeezy. But nobody's going anywhere with, you know, nobody's taking any major.
How about that? Oh, that's very short term. Google bearish.
Oh, that's a TLT. You want to talk about the DeMark? Here you go. He threw up a 3 spot, maybe another flush down, and that's it. That's what it tells me.
Okay. Well,
but
that's what I'm thinking. It hasn't taken out its low from October.
Yeah.
All right. Okay.
LAC bullish. LAC bullish. Hopefully that's the lithium sector.
All right. There's some again October Bank of America Wiseguy action.
October puts. Bank of
I thought the financials were holding up okay today.
Well, let's go back to charts. That's what the let's go back here and we'll finish it basically at what's moving, the most actives, because that's really that's really the playbook at the point. Hold on a second. View.
No one's buying VIX calls, are they?
No, not yet, Coach. They're not.
That is so great. That is so great.
But they have been buying the SQQ calls that I've been pointing out.
Okay. All right.
So this is the most actives on the day. A lot, you know, Qs, naturally, all the NASDAQ. There's no label, triple ETF, Amazon, IC. So there's the big dogs. Anything sticking out, Riven, I'm in that. And by the way, that was the dip on Riven. Remember that dip?
Yeah.
Hold on, let's go to the chart. They didn't shake me out, the bastards, I'm telling you.
So it's getting cold back there, Mike?
Yeah, I got the heat on. I haven't seen Tony since like 8 o'clock this morning. He's under like 9 blankets.
Okay.
Charts.
That's a nice looking chart.
Okay, let's look at a couple of other charts now. Okay, let's look at a chart by Dollar General. Dollar General. Bottom in. There's the weekly. Not yet. Let's look at Microsoft. Last time I saw it was down in nickel. There's the chart on Microsoft approaching.
It's just getting ready to break down even big time.
Okay. Shop trying to hold the 200-day, or actually now
forget it. Forget it.
All right. What else are we in?
Watch everything explode tomorrow. These are heavy charts. That looks okay. That's a VIX. Oh, okay.
Just popped up the bastards.
Yeah.
Now they're lower. Oils are
Hey.
giving it up. Dollar General, THO. That was my trade, 89 to 90. And you know what? I'm in Camping World. I'm in that.
You know, with my March theme of things retracing to above, at, or below the March levels, that would take the VIX to 31, 32. And remember that sweep? Some guy was buying the D's 25s, selling the 32s. That's going to be a winning trade. He has a collared according to that count. Okay. He's, you know, $7 inherent. Intrinsic, not inherent, intrinsic. Yeah.
Intrinsic.
Yeah.
Weight
Be in the
Watchers
money,
gave it all
be
back.
in the money 7.
All right, bottom line, dollars percent losers last 16 minutes. Anything
Dollar's gonna peak short term by the full moon on Friday.
Okay.
It's a harvest moon.
I've heard
so
Coach
dollar
again.
longs are going to harvest. A lot of people are going to harvest their positions on the harvest moon, the 29th of September.
The VIX back up at 18. My God, it's only at 18. Remember we were talking about the range between 28 and 32, Coach?
Yeah, that's where we're going.
Okay.
Okay, you're laughing.
No, I'm not laughing. I appreciate the compliment. It's fine. I hope we. By the way, you know me. I hope we go to 40. Believe me.
I mean, I have counts at 50, 60, but that's going to take time. Probably till next spring. Anyway, no one, you know, everyone I talk to is saying, Dale, you know, you're too bearish. This is just a correction. And smart people, Katie Stockton, who I've interviewed, you know, she's an excellent technician, and most people are saying
She is, by the way. She's an excellent technician.
And you know what Dave is thinking probably, you know, it's just a little temporary pullback before the melt up. So there are a lot of even the bears are feels like they're having a hard time keeping their conviction. They've had a little victory. It's been a while. You know, we've had nice pullback from, you know, 4,600. So they're even having a hard time staying bearish.
It's before these moves that we always brought up, Coach. It's, you know, okay, let's give an example that we talked about many, many times. Citibank. Yes, it's hard to stay back. You know,
but that is so ugly.
This is the weekly. Citibank, it's fine. I mean,
and they were buying.
It took you a month and a half to be up in Citibank. 2 days they wiped it out. No wonder. I get it.
That's why I'm saying I wish I had never heard that they were buying call sweeps in the financials last week.
But you could, Coach.
It screwed my head.
Oh, no, maybe I did, because they actually were going out a little bit longer term. That's true.
Yeah, right. And you said that means not right away. That means later on, because they did buy Jans. So we're retesting the lows. Yeah, there could end up being some divergences. They could end up being right by January if the bulls are right. Right now, I don't like them. I don't see a reason to own them. Oh, see, there's another, see, beg to differ. Michael Kahn, it's a flag. See, it's a flag right here, which implies, you know, we're bottoming now and we're going to new highs. So I disagree with him on the fact that there's, yeah, everyone's looking at that head and shoulder top. Yeah, that bothers me a little. Anyway.
DLT. There it is. My God.
It's a crash.
No, it feels like I said yesterday, it's almost gothic with the bond market and uranium going nuts. You know what I mean? It's odd. It is eerie.
Yeah, they call it a sovereign debt crisis.
Okay, guys. Any other questions or anything? We'll leave it right there. Listen, it's about the most active list. Remember what's going on.
I need to know one thing, Mike. What's your favorite movie of all time?
Goodfellas.
Okay. Favorite song of all time?
How Soon Is Now by the Smiths.
Wow. So I just want to let you guys know that trading is what we do. It's not all we are. Okay.
No.
We like
I give you
music
top
and
everything.
movies. You know, we're people, you know.
Wall
we
Street's
lead,
number
we
2.
lead.
No, my top 3 of movies is it's Goodfellas, Wall Street, and Saturday Night Fever. Fact.
Okay. Let's wrap it with Mike's faves. And good hunting, everyone, the rest of the day. Mike and I will be back again tomorrow. See what's develops between now and then. And then Thursday, I have Tavi Costa with us. Tavi's, I'll tell you, he made some calls on his last interview. I'm going to surprise him because, you know, when I do interviews, Mike, sometimes I keep the chart up of what they were talking about and what they thought was going to happen. And I did with Tavi. So he was real bullish Brazil and bearish Asia currencies. Anyway, I'm going to give him a nice surprise because most hosts are looking to talk to their guests about what they got wrong and when's it ever going to be right. I love to show that the people we bring on are, you know, like you said earlier, Hugh Henry, they're talking about things that are actionable, that that's why they're still in the business.
I think, Coach,
they're right once in a while.
I think the real confident you are, maybe as a trader or however you I don't know, however you want to put it. I think the more confident you are in your opinions and hold on, not your opinions, your style, the more apt and open you are to hear others. You know what I mean?
Yeah. You know, I call it confluence.
Yeah.
Because they're using something else and they're seeing the same thing. So, okay, well, everyone, don't just count your pips, count your blessings. Our room's getting active. Come on in and hang out with us, share your ideas. Mike's one of the best moderators I've seen because he doesn't just moderate, he's a content provider all day long with the stuff that you're seeing for a few minutes on our live stream. Every once in a while, I'll post something too when I see it.
No, we're what they say, 5-tool players. We have people posting 24 hours everywhere from Peru to Austria to England to San Diego to New York.
And it's free. We're not trying to upsell you and give you something for free. And then, you know, in a month we'll go, well, you like it. Now it's, you know, it's a subscription. That hasn't happened for 3 years. It's not going to happen. So just come in, no pressure. Hang out with guys. We have some pretty good traders in the room. So that's it, man. Have a good one, Mike.
Okay, cheers, Coach. VIX usually doesn't admit in late afternoon. If they don't pull back by this time, they usually keep going. VIX at the highs of the day.
32 VIX by the end of October.
Okay.